So first and foremost, thank you all for being here. I'm really excited to be in the presence of all of you. And my reading tonight will be in association with my book called Building Walls to Break Down here. Got a lot of bookmarks because I read it and criticize myself so I can be better. Um, but from that, with Building Walls to Break Down, I hope that it can open up you up to reclaiming the parts of your identities that you have closed off, you have found shame in, or you have experienced pain with. I started writing in my sophomore year in college at UW Eau Claire, and I found it to be my safe space and a place of understanding for myself and for others. And I ask for you to be patient with me because I will be talking a little bit more about my history and then I will go into my works because that's just how I've really constructed my poetry reading. Um, so as writing has become a way for me to reflect, to cope, to live, and to just simply be human. And I say to be human because penning down each word, I found myself feeling all my emotions again. And when I read these words, I relive it once more. So, and it really was in these moments that I realized how much I have been dismissing my own human qualities. Because in this very same moments, I found I found healing in myself and acceptance for who I am. So it brings me to this piece. I'm a walking body of coexisting identities, constantly at war with one another. Some of them you see, some of them I feel. I'm a woman, I am Hmong, I am an American, I'm a millennial, I'm a daughter of refugees. I am a sister, I am a friend, I am a writer, and I am a lover. I have pseudochondroplasia and I have something to offer. Because I am strong, I am resilient, I am trying, pushing parts of me in, pulling parts of me out, all while knowing that I can stumble, I can fall, and I can break many times. But I get back up, picking up pieces I did not have before, pieces that add to the collection of what is under a thick file called Go Keep Faith Thing. And I am all of this. I have unapologetically created a space for myself to be it all. I am no longer attempting to fit a mold that was never sculpted for me in the first place, so I made my own. And I want you to make your own space, to break, to love, to endure, to be you, to allow yourself to coexist with the parts of you that you resent. All of it, and I take it, and I love it, and I will embrace it. All of you. Page 5. So, growing up in a collectivist home, I learned that I must consider those beyond myself as I move through life. And outside of my home, I was valued for my individuality. And it became a clash of cultures that would send me down a spiral, making me question who I am, who I want to be, where am I going. Through this journey, I have unraveled new parts of myself as well as reclaimed identities that were always a part of me. And through it, I have found a belief system that I have built myself, my very own culture that holds all the pieces of me. And with darkness, I believed in kindness. In the face of hatred that created division, I believed in love. In the place of apologies, I believed in thank yous. With the power of positivity, I also believed in the embracement of reality. And I have found that to believe in ourselves, we must actively listen to our own needs so that we see the walls we have invisibly constructed for us and to see that they have only limited our potential in being more than what we have ever imagined. So the process of reclaiming myself, it included strengthening my Hmong identity. And because I am a Hmong American, being Hmong is a part of the foundation that my values, my way of life, my personal culture, and my passions stand on. However, to backtrack, being Hmong has not always been something I was proud of, especially growing up in a town where I did not know how to appreciate this part of me. Everywhere I looked, everyone I saw did not represent me. I did not see me, and I was constantly trying to conform, to fit in, to blend in, to be the same. Throughout high school, I never saw myself different from my Caucasian friends. But what I have come to realize is that I was very different from them. And you might be thinking, wow, how does she not see that? Well, the mind is a very powerful tool, and it can persuade you of things that even your naked eye has seen every single day. And that was me. For 18 years, I saw my skin, I saw Hmong practices, I was surrounded with Hmong life every day. But still, it was a piece of me I did not love, so I did not see. I was just living in it. I was living in a reality where I felt I was one of my Caucasian friends, but to them, I was Asian. I was different, and this difference led me to be the tokenized one, the one to answer questions on behalf of all the Asian population, which I have no right in doing so. But it was even more difficult when it was the half of me I didn't realize was the distinction between me and them. This is not to state a divide, but to recognize the beginning of my identity development. In my place at the time, I was growing, as I still am, but this was a stage where living my truth was by living a lie, because I was attempting to find a sense of belonging in a world that did not know how to give me a place to belong to. And it was not until college that my appreciation for being Hmong surfaced. I was surrounded by people with openness, people who appreciated differences, people who validated the experiences I did not realize needed validation. And I found people that who were supportive of all walks of life with no needed explanation to do so. I built relationships that led me down a path where my identities were not dismissed but recognized. I recognized I had been compromising a piece of me with a life that I was not meant to walk. A life where I have been exchanging the most beautiful parts of me to be what I thought I wanted to be, and that was to be the same. It has taken me 6 years to reclaim my Hmong identity, and I continue to do so. And as I do so, I have found that being Hmong has taught me to think beyond myself and to find gratitude in who I am, as well as remember how I have reached to where I am today, even before birth. That being said, as a daughter of refugees, the journey my parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles have endured is one that is often dismissed in the eyes of the US. Going to this history a little bit, in 1961, the secret war began in the mountains of Laos. This war was an active piece of the Vietnam War, but one that many did not know of. The CIA recruited Hmong men and boys to fight alongside them against North Vietnam, as it was formed into a communist country and South Vietnam was a democracy. This was a war that we lost, and it took the lives of 18,000 Hmong soldiers. The Hmong people continued to die after this war because they were left in the mountains by the people that they put their lives on the line for. So to survive, they ran through the jungles, across the Mekong River, with bombs and gunfire flashing right before their eyes, all to find safety in Thailand. And not very many survived. The trauma of this has been embedded into the Hmong history, carrying itself into today's generation. And it is a part of my history and that I find pain in, yet a strong appreciation for. Because the sacrifices made was in efforts to do what is right. And it is the part of me that recognizes what being Hmong means. And being Hmong means to be free. And today, to be free is to stand up for what is right, as our families have done to get us here. Yet today, what is right is not exactly what was right before either. Because now, to be free, we must stand up to the foundations of clashing cultures we have been built on. We need to do so by acknowledging our mental health, to know when we need support, we need guidance, we need a friend, to know when we must reach out to be the support, to be the guidance, to be the friend, so that together we can be sad, angry, frustrated, happy, elated, excited, ready. To know that when we feel all of this, it is the human parts of us leaking through the history that has chained us from using our voice as children, as women, as minorities, as change makers. To be free is to breathe easier. And to breathe easier, we must love ourselves enough to see what we deserve and to break down our own walls. So, to see that being Hmong, my history symbolizes strength and resilience, and my today is to uphold my version of strength and resilience. And to remember the Hmong sacrifices, I'm reminded that walls are built to protect us from harm, not people who are running from it, asylum seekers. Page 14. As the clash of my Hmong and American cultures collide, I found myself in a position where I was labeled a banana or whitewashed, which led me to this piece, banana. I wanted to be I wanted to be like the people who did not look like me. I wanted to be them. I tried. Me, them. I was everything but then. And the day I realized this, I was born again, desperately seeking the identity of the body I was in. Page 72. And as I realized this, I came to see that as much of an insider I was an outsider. Page 66. Then I come to ask, how are you supposed to see yourself in this world when no one who looks like you has been seen to survive? It is you, all the conflicting parts of you coming together to be. You are the survivor, you are the trailblazer. Page 129. And as a trailblazer, I want you to be skeptical with your strength. Question how you have overcome. Question how you got here. Question how you feel, how you felt. It is empowering, it is inspiring, it is refreshing. Because those thoughts that run across your mind, you have just constructed words defining your strength. Words you can understand. To see the strength you have failed to see before, you see now. And you will be amazed at your brilliance. Page 168. So let your cultures clash. And as it does, do not let fear of weakness deprive you of your vulnerabilities. Page 71. Because our emotions are carried on the back of our throat, our heart, our love, our pain. We look for them as much as they look for us. We seek comfort in them as they give us answers. We embrace them as much as they validate us. And remember, emotions are our strengths. They drive us, they make us better, they let us feel. They make us see life through an axis that only we can understand. Page 180. That being said, sadness comes, sadness goes. With no reason, it just does. And when it does, let it. Page 110. And I know we are so used to having a strong front up, a barricade constructed around the obstacles we have overcome, the same obstacles we once thought we could never get through, but we did. Now we are used to this comfort, the comfort of protection. We have forgotten our strength are the grounds on which these walls stand on. Let it come down, catch yourself. You have before, you will again. Page 135. And as humans, we will hit a dark moment, a day, a week, a month, a year, and it is okay because we are tired to smile, to talk, to listen, to be. We are exhausted by the pain, the loneliness, the pity, the what ifs, the unknown dreams, the known realities. We are tired and we get to be. Page 69. So, to you from me, this one is for you who cry in silence, who feel alone, who hears your heartbreak, who struggle to believe in yourself, who is hurting. This one is for you. You get to cry in silence, then you wipe them with strength. You can feel alone, then you lift your head to see your defenders. You listen to your heartbreak, then you mend it to follow. You endure the struggle, then you embrace the triumph. You get to hurt, then you get to release yourself from it. This one is for you, because you were once I, someday still. Page 86. And even on these days, if there's one thing you need to hear, one thing that you need to know, it is your grit. All the pain you have faced, all the people that have left you, all the words that have collided with yours, only taking parts of you, all the doubts you have had but overcame, all the persuading that you could not do it anymore, all the times you remained patient with the impatient, all the moments you walked right into your fear, all the times a loved one, your hard work, society, or faith has failed you. All of that, you are still here. All of that, and you're still standing looking at life straight in the eyes. You are still breathing. You're still living, reading every single one of these lines, or I am reading them to you as if they are on your own. They are. These are yours. I give them to you because your grit held you up. You held yourself up, even when you were falling. And I just got to write them down for us. Page 67. So during this time of clashing with ourselves, I hope you see that in the past you have chosen them, you have chosen him, you have chosen her, you have chosen this, you have chosen that. I think it is time for you to choose yourself, please. Page 94. And even when we choose ourselves, we find doubt. We say, you have all odds against you. But what is the point? The point is that these odds built your armor, and you are dynamite. Reclaim every part of your shield. Page 95. And while we reclaim our shield, we must recognize that perhaps in the past, we sought self-love from the wrong places, the wrong people, the wrong things. We sought self-love from everything but ourselves. We sought them in this way because we have found that approval and acceptance is what makes it okay for us to be us. The reality of it, we have yet to embrace ourselves, and that is why we search for it in places that do not know us. Page 58. So keep searching, but this time in yourself, because we are the makers of our answers. We think it comes to us, but it was everything that we have done that has led us to them. Right here, right now, with our emotions guiding us, our insights pushing us, our decisions leading us, our ambitions taking us. We unravel the answers to the questions we once thought someone else would give us. Page 165. And though we have lost ourselves before, the truth is, if you can love someone regardless of their version of imperfections, you can love yourself regardless of your imperfections. Love has no conditions. Love has no boundaries. Love does not discriminate, especially the love you give, especially the love you can give back to you. Page 170. So start surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, people who are kind to you, people who think of you, people who break a part of them to hold you, people who bring happiness into your life, even on the brightest days. Surround yourself with people who show you love, people who show you that you're accepted, not tolerated. Page 151. And when invisibility has shown its potential, doubt, pain, love, empowerment, and when the marginalized, the dismissed, the invisibles surface, power is only beginning. Fortitude is ascending, and potential becomes the least of its worries. Page 172. So as lonely as the road has been, as lonely as the road has been, we were always meant to find each other, connect as beings so that we can move forward, to remember the past, to live in the present, and to build a kind of future where cultures no longer clash but complement. Simply for me, I walked the very fine lines between my identities, and what I found was that it wasn't about choosing one, it was about making one. Page 179. And I used to think I help others only to help them. I realize I help others to help me. In a space where selfishness and selflessness complement each other, because to be your best for others, you must be better to yourself. Page 127. So as I learn to better myself, I promise to stand by you as you break your barriers that were assembled to set you back. Page 194. I will watch you as you thrive. I will root for you as you flourish. And I will be here as you close a space that once hurt you. And today I want to apologize and thank you. I'm sorry the world has not been kind. Thank you for being patient. I'm sorry the world has deprived you of hope. Thank you for being so forgiving. I'm sorry the world has deserted you. Thank you for holding on. I want you to walk with your head held high, unapologetically, because despite the world falling apart around you, it is still yours. Page 115. So please do not settle for good. Great is ahead where you can be and where you should make your imprint. I believe in you, always will. Page 206. And that wraps up my poetry reading that unraveled into unspoken words. And this has been intentional because today I wanted to be your friend, your sister, your supporter, your sideline screamer, your moment of reflection. Today I wanted you to know that you are not alone in a world that has often told you that you must persevere on your own to survive. Today, I got emotional reading these words once more because today I felt it all again. And the best part of today is that I became a part of you and you became a part of me so that tomorrow we can do it together. Thank you.